Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to High Speed Daddy's weekly show. This is Craig Rizzoli over here, and I am Corey Warren. And together we get to bring you this awesome show where we get to talk to some dads and some high-speed parents out there. You know, we are simulcasting on the Culture City page. So hey, what's up, Culture City?
Hey everybody,
fans?
what's going on?
We're super excited to be here. And today we're talking about taking care of yourself, okay? And this is going to be a very quick episode. We're going to fly through it, but we're talking about three things, okay? We're talking about work stress, okay? We're talking about family stress, and we're talking about health stress. What's up, Mason? What's up, Patrick? Saying hi.
What's up, guys?
Give them a shout out. There's Mason saying hi. And then we got, who else? Oh, Kelly Davis is in the house. How you doing, Kelly?
Hey,
Good
Kelly.
to see you.
Hello.
And then Patrick. Did I say Patrick yet? Not yet.
What's up, guys?
No. All right. So, yeah, if you're tuning in right now, let us know where you're watching from. I can see we got like 17, 20 people coming in. So this is awesome. Ruth says hi. What's up, Ruth? So listen, the first thing, okay, we're going to fly through this. All right. We're just a couple dads. We're not health experts. We're not, doctors or anything like that. What's up, Ron? So we are just going to go very, very quickly through the first one. The first one is work stress, okay? And I'm going to go, and then Craig's going to go, okay? So here's what we got. Oh, Joey's tuning in. What up, Joey?
What's up, Joe?
We got a couple people from Detroit and Grapevine. This is awesome. Okay. Nice. Work. When it comes to work, clearly I'm here, right? I'm here at home, as most people are. And I'm lucky to still be working because I work in the digital space, okay? My wife is not working. She's furloughed, okay? And so when it comes to work, I would say that for the first thing, how do you handle the stress when you're at work? Well, if you are lucky enough to be at work, you could very easily go over your normal work hours because you're home, right? So you could do more than 8 hours. So I'm going to say, make sure you're spacing out your work time. And then if you don't have a job right now, which is most of us, right? It's okay. This is kind of like what's going on. If you don't have a job right now, or if you're furloughed, or if you're collecting unemployment, I would highly recommend that you make that your job, okay? Applying for those things, it's absolutely maddening. Trust me, I know firsthand. But then the other thing would be, like, that thing, Craig, that like you always want to do that you never, like you just never have time for? That's what you should totally do.
Yes,
whether it's
100%.
Like a marathon or training for running, not on a trail, like not a public trail just yet, because like the spit flies, I'm telling you, just flies. It's not social distancing, doesn't work there. But I would say that those are the things. Like my wife has this like, clothing company that she's really wanted to push herself and like try to sell because she loves it. And I'm like, okay, yeah, like obsess about it. Like go do that, right? So as we talk about work, what do you think, Craig? Like, what are your things as we talk about work? And then we're going to talk about, family, and then we're going to talk about personal health.
You covered it great. And I'm going to jump right into what you were saying just before you pass it off. And that's, if you're not going to be able to do things now with this extra time that we have, you're never going to be able to do things, right? So I use this time wisely. This could be, like Corey said, you're training for a marathon. This could be learning a new language. This could be learning a new skill. This could be, any number of things that you would want to do with this extra time that you have to develop yourself and make yourself that much better and more ahead that when we come out of this. If you are an employee, you're furloughed, whatever it may be, make yourself that much more valuable to your employer once you go back, or to job hunters, or whatever it may be that you want to do after. Yeah. Or maybe now's the time to take that risk on something you've always wanted to do. I know firsthand. I worked in corporate America for 15 years, and I broke free of the golden handcuffs by creating this business, High Speed Daddy, right? Now, I did that while things were good, and I left. I didn't have a pandemic around us, or I wasn't put in a situation where I was like, okay, now we have nothing, and I got to create something. I stepped away from money to do this, right? So now's maybe that time that you want to take that little calculated risk and go do that. Learn guitar, definitely a good option to do. I'm not musically based, all right? My wife knows how to play the piano, teaching the kids some stuff, become a rock star. Go so many places with that, Joe. So I would say that, handle the work stress. Now, what also Corey said, put some containers around the time that you are working. I've been on this computer and working and taking phone calls and conference calls all day long around the business. As soon as we're done with this, my computer is shutting. I'm not doing things for the rest of the day. I could easily get lost. And I work in a digital business, online business that I could go answer comments. I could go, into social media. I can do, so many different things to keep the day going. And you can get sucked into that a lot too. But you have to put containers around that. You have to stop, or else you're just going to get dragged into it, and all your energy is going to get it. And all it's going to do is set you up for failure tomorrow when you're that much more tired and your brain didn't have time to recover or rest.
And that's a perfect transition into family. Okay. So let's talk about family. When I do spend time with my family, I'm 100% there. Guys, this goes without saying. It sounds like it's totally obvious. Okay. And a lot of you parents that are watching, like especially our Culture City family and our high-speed parents out there with high-speed daddy, like guys, put the phone down as just part of it. Okay. That's just part of it. It's being actually present, being there and listening to what your daughter is saying, because here, like what your daughter, your son, whatever. I say my daughter because it's me, right? Like my girl's problems right now are, what color should she dye her hair? What TikTok video is she going to do? Is it okay for her to show her midriff on a TikTok video? Now she's under my account. Okay. She doesn't have her own account. All right. She's 11 years old, for God's sake. But these are her problems. Her problems are nothing compared to the fact that I've got to do, look at the note right here, 2019 taxes. I've got real adult stuff that I have to do. And the last thing I want to hear about is what color you want to dye your hair. But you know what? It's important to her. So therefore it's important to me. Okay. So when I am doing family time, I try my hardest to focus 100%. How about you, Craig?
It's one of my biggest problems that I have, not going to lie. I'm not perfect. I constantly strive to be better, but I get sucked into it. And there's certain times that I do catch myself where I'm doing something for work. I'm typing an email up and my daughter's just yanking at my shirt, wanting to tell me something. Or my son says, "Hey, Dad, I want to show you this." And I'm like, okay, as soon as I'm done writing this email, that's wrong.
I know.
And I know it's wrong. And I have trouble doing that, right?
Yeah.
Staying 100% present. And you know what I've thought about? And they make these things out there, like lock boxes for your phone that don't open up for an hour, right? And things along those lines. I've thought about it. Like I have a problem where, I work in a business that I'm passionate about. Obviously, I'm here talking to you guys. You see my energy. I love doing this stuff. I love doing it, and I love helping people so much that sometimes I get sucked into it and ignore my family, and I feel like I'm an asshole because of it.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm kind of getting a little emotional talking about that because I realize I have a problem, but not perfect, right?
Yeah.
But the big thing is recognizing that, you're making a little mistake, that you should be giving them the attention. You should be turning the phone off or putting it down or putting it in a drawer or putting it away so you can't even see it or want to check it, during those times, right?
Yep.
So that's some of the things there. And, sorry if I brought people's energy down a little bit with me just like keeping it real. That's something that I have a problem with, because it cuts into my family time. Right. And I know I have customers that reach out to us, that want or sometimes expect answers faster than waiting for the next day, something like that. And I don't like to disappoint people, and I like to help people in that fashion. Yeah. But in the grand scheme of things, I am not willing to sacrifice my family and the relationship and connections I have with my family for that. So I have to think outside the box on how to do that. Do I have to hire someone else to answer those things for me? And that's things that, part of the development process there. Yeah. So what else we got going on, Corey?
Okay. The last one is health. Okay. Your personal health. Okay. For me, I just had a meeting today with my family because I was sick of everybody eating cake. And it was like, it's too much cake. Dang it. So I was like, listen, guys, we're eating cake every day. This is ridiculous. We gotta get back on track. And I actually exploded. Okay. I'm not perfect either. I didn't scream and yell, but I was just kind of talking like this. We're like, what are we doing, guys? Like, what's going on here? Right. Just totally disrespectful and just ridiculous. Okay. So my wife comes up. She's like, you need to check yourself. Like, you're being very rude right now. So I'm like, oh, okay. My girl says this. I'm gonna listen. All right. I wasn't so mad that I had to just ignore and plow through. No. So I this morning I made a list of things that I just think are just kind of silly. and just not very mindful as far as our health. Okay. And you guys know, I'm passionate about the food that we eat. It's just something that I do. I'm a plant-based family. I love it. Okay. Very important. But when it comes to eating cake every day, I explained to them that, when do we usually eat cake, right? When? During a birthday, right? Is there a birthday going on every single day? No, right? And I don't have a problem with you eating cake. The problem I have is it's not every now and then. It's not
then it's not special,
meal.
right?
No. Hey, yes.
It's supposed to be a special treat.
Yeah.
You do it every day, it's not special anymore.
And the other thing is, just look at the back of the box. We're buying this Betty Crocker stuff, and we're a vegan family, so we just do the egg replacer or whatever. That's totally fine. It's not healthy. Just because you're vegan doesn't mean Oreos are vegan. You know what I'm saying? Come on. So listen. Oh, Ruth. Look at Ruth.
Come on, you're making me hungry, Ruth.
But seriously. So I was that personal health, set some boundaries for yourself. There are none right now because we're all safer at home right now, happy at home, whatever you want to call it. I've stopped saying stuck at home because it's just negative. So I'm happy at home, safe at home, right?
Yeah.
But that's my thing is regular. I could talk about health stuff all day, but I'm going to throw it to you and hear what you do.
I'm going to toss the health into kind of like an exercise thing, right?
Yeah.
And treating your body well. There's food that goes in, and then there's doing things to keep, flexibility, strength, muscle, cardio, things along those lines. As I've gotten older, it gets harder, right? And I'm amazed by how fast I lose things. So it could take so long to get my cardio and stuff to a certain level. Days when I was in the military, et cetera, things were easy. And then all of a sudden I stopped working out for a week and I feel like an old man, and I'm like, oh, bones are creaking and, I'm breathing heavy, just carrying, grocery bags up the stairs. I'm like, what's going on? But you need to schedule that into time. So this is me time, right? Schedule that stuff in, whether it's early in the morning. If you're at home all day, then it's a little bit easier to maybe schedule something in during the day if you have someone else, a spouse, to help watch the kids or whatever it may be, to do that stuff. Back when, 2 months ago, back in the day, when everyone, going to work or this and that, I was waking up 4:30 in the morning and going to the gym. Because that was the only time that I could get in there during the day outside of normal work schedule, outside of Mark. What's happening, brother? Mark's a great guy. Mark is the epitome of fitness.
Yeah, look at his profile picture. He's on the bike.
Mark's a few years older than us, and by a few I mean more than a few. But okay. Mark is like Lance Armstrong. Mark will go out and go do a century tomorrow if I tell him to. I've gone rock climbing. I've gone ice climbing with Mark. I've gone and ridden a lot of miles with Mark.
But he's not doping. He's not doping.
He is not doping.
Yeah, there's a crazy documentary coming out about that, by the way, on ESPN, if anybody's interested. I've seen previews. It's great. The whole team doped. It's not just Lance, but hey, well, look. All right, back to Mark.
So back to it. You have to schedule in health and exercise for you. And health could also be planning ahead for cooking and things like that. What are you going to buy at the grocery store? Are you just going and buying something that's on sale? Or are you going to pinpoint something and buy something specific and meal prep and things along those lines? And that's part of the taking care of yourself process, right? So,
we had a comment from Donna, and I just want to call it out. Donna, I know you're watching right now. Okay. It says that you're in a healthcare, crisis, and you're struggling with 2 boys that have special needs. I think, Donna, that what I want to say to you is we are so sorry that you're going through a tough time right now. And I want to thank you for leaving this comment, because I'm guessing you're not alone. And the cool thing is you said you're designing bath bombs, which is so epic right now, right?
Yeah.
That's your
kids
hobby.
Love my daughter, we bought her stuff for her birthday, some bath bomb stuff. Dude, they love it.
Oh my gosh. Well, I think, Donna, though, the thing that you're missing is probably a blanket. Okay. And so what we do every now and then on our Facebook Live shows is we like to send a little bit of love. Okay. And so if you, Donna, are still watching and you message the High Speed Daddy Facebook page, we'd love to send you one of our Wooly blankets. And I'll just go ahead and say that on behalf of the founder and owner who's standing right next to me. We would love for you to message us. And when I say us, I mean Craig, because Craig's the one that checks the inbox for High Speed Daddy. So please send us your address, and we'd love to send you a little something to keep you and the kids warm. And gosh, I think that's an awesome way to end the show, guys. We wanted to make this super quick for you.
Yeah, super short and sweet today.
Just give you a couple quick tips. If you liked this episode, please leave us a comment. Let us know if this is helpful information to you. Two dads that are just talking about what's going on in their crazy lives to help you with your crazy life. And if there's anything we can do, any topics we can discuss, please leave us a comment. Let us know. We'd love to address that. And we'll see you next week at the same time, every Wednesday, 4:30 Eastern. That's what we do. We're here for you. So thanks, guys. Craig, anything else from you?
No, that's good. Great stuff in here. We'll type some stuff in the comments about what we talked about, just so you guys can have a little recap in there. And we look forward to seeing you next week.
Awesome. Thank you. Bye, guys.